Welcome, adventurers, and Happy New Year! Or at least, almost Happy New Year, right? Happy New Year's Eve. That's when this video should be going up. So before we jump into this video, I want to tell you guys right now, this video has nothing to do with Dungeons & Dragons. It has nothing to do with Pathfinder, Starfinder, World of Darkness, any of that stuff. So if that's what you're looking for, come back. The next video will be back into regular content, but this is going to be kind of a reflective video on 2017, a look into 2018, kind of going back over all the stuff, the highs and the lows for the channel here over the past few years, and just talking about the future and what's going on. And, you know, I'm going to ramble. I'm not going to edit this really tight. This isn't a scripted video or anything like that. And before we jump in, I got to laugh, right? I got to laugh a little bit because I planned for this video to come out here on New Year's Eve, and I was like, knew exactly what I was going to talk about. I was like, going to talk about 2017, all this stuff. And Jeremy with Black Magic Craft a few days ago released practically the same video. So it made me chuckle a little bit. It was like, oh, I'm totally going to rip this off from him. Well, a lot of YouTubers apparently are doing these videos right now. So Jeremy, by the way, watched the video. Incredibly proud of you, buddy. What you guys are doing over there with you and Gareth and Wylock and Scotty is fantastic, and you guys have built a great community. So just a quick shout out to all those amazing channels. And, you know, I'm just going to put links down in the description below to those guys because they're amazing. If you love crafting, go check them out. They do really, really awesome stuff, and they deserve some what do we call a push? They deserve a boost, a signal boost over there. So yeah, all you guys, you're fantastic. Love your work. Keep it up. Can't wait to see what you guys do in 2018. Awesome, awesome content going on over there for you guys. But nevertheless, we're going to talk a little bit about the highs, because we had some highs. We had some amazing moments here in 2017, and some mediocre moments, some videos that were a little bit more questionable, I guess you could say, for content-wise. So I hit 1,000 subscribers in early December of 2016. So going into 2017, I had hit right about like 1,200, 1,300 subscribers, right around there. And, you know, I was just beginning to kind of get into a rhythm of making content. I hadn't, by no means was I capable of doing the videos I can do now that I did back then. I wasn't even capable of it. I hadn't really found my voice, so to speak. Back then, we were still doing the Roll20 Master Series and talking about improving your games in Roll20. And the channel was still completely tutorial-based. There were no opinion pieces or anything like that on the channel. Everything was shot with, I think, like a mic that I wore on a headset. And you guys were so supportive. You were so supportive of the channel back then that, you know, by the time January rolled around of this year, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go for this. I'm going to really put some effort into this and just dive in to making content here on YouTube. I think at that point, I was making about $8 a week, maybe $8 a week at 1,000 subscribers, something like pennies a day, easily. Maybe not even $8 a week, honest to God. Maybe less than $1 a day at that point. It was like cents, 47 cents today, 78 cents the next day, $1.12 the day after that. It was really bad. And I was putting so much time into it. And so I dove in. And early in January, I was trying to reach out to some other creators through different channels here on YouTube to just talk with them and see, you know, what they do and kind of learn from them a little bit, maybe do some collaborations with them. And it was really tough. It was really, really tough to just kind of reach out to people and get their attention. Hey, I'm this little nobody over here, and I talk a lot about Roll20. Do you guys, you know, what do you do? What do you do over there? That's really cool. And so in January, I decided, you know what, I'm tired of this. I'm going to just launch a professional network of all these YouTube creators doing RPG videos. And I'm just going to invite everybody and see what happens. And I did. And I want to give a huge thank you right now, before I go any further, to Juice with Tabletop Gaming with Juice and soon to be Master the Game. Juice, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. You were very supportive of me early, and you helped put the whole network together for the IRCA, the Internet Role Player Creators Association. And man, I just really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. And so we put together this awesome network of all these amazing creators. Juice was a big part in helping me reach out to Nerdarchy and reach out to Andrew and all these other amazing creators. And soon we look down and all of everybody that I possibly could want to learn from is all in this professional network, being encouraging and being positive and helping everybody grow. And it was just, I looked back like, wow, this is amazing. I can't believe this came to fruition. So I want to give a few big thank yous right now to some amazing people. Gareth, you have been awesome, man. Your information, the way you've been so helpful, always chiming in, always giving advice to everybody is fantastic. Thank you, Nate, with WASD 20 for participating. Thank you, Ben Milton with Questing Beast for teaching us how to do all those amazing things on the plague that is Reddit. That I love Reddit, but I hate Reddit. Creators, it's like a love-hate relationship. And, you know, thank you to the WebDM boys. Thank you to Nerdarchy for coming on and doing this. A big thank you. A big, major thank you to Carla. Carla, thank you so much for all of your help, both before I brought you onto the team and after I've brought you onto the team. You are fantastic, and I really count on you and rely on you. And you have been a huge positive impact on the community. And I just want to say Happy New Year from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so very much for all the help. You are an amazing, energetic, awesome person. And I love working with you. So a big thank you to all of you guys out there. And you guys know who you are. There's a whole bunch more of you that have been incredibly supportive. And so we put this network together. And next thing you know, we turn the page and we're in the middle of landing the Paizo Starfinder premiere, which was unbelievable. I cannot believe it was something that I will hold near and dear to my heart forever, is that we got to play in the very first public game of real Starfinder with all the official rules. This isn't a beta test or part of the rules and all that stuff. Will Jones got to cast the very first public magic missile in the very first Starfinder game ever, public game. That's just awesome. I'll never forget that. That was super cool. And then, of course, Travis, I want to give a big thank you to Travis Bowles with WebDM and, of course, Jim Davis and Jonathan Pruitt for having me down there. We drove down to Austin. We did a collaboration video. Those guys were fantastic and professional and just a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see you guys in a couple of weeks down in PAX South. That was a lot of fun doing those collaboration videos. A lot of you guys came over to the channel, discovered the channel through WebDM. So that was really cool. And then we started moving into, as we got a little bit later in the year, we had a massive project come up for Starfinder Week. And this, oh my goodness gracious, this was the hardest thing I've ever done. This was the hardest thing I've ever done. And you know, we did 14 videos in 7 days, and edited, tight, scripted, image, all this stuff. Travis again came onto the team temporarily to help out with all that content. So Travis, my God, man, thank you so much. Those videos were fantastic, and they just wouldn't have been that awesome without you. So that was a lot of fun. And I know a lot of you guys really liked that content. A lot of you guys discovered the channel through Starfinder. And I think it's a great game. I know it's got its naysayers and some people that aren't really into it. It's not their bag. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's a great game. I think it's definitely a great D20 system to kind of pair and couple with Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition if you wanted to do something that's a little bit more science fantasy. And that content was a lot of fun to make, incredibly difficult. Holy cow, incredibly difficult. And then at the exact same time that we were preparing all that content for Starfinder Week, at the exact same time, we were setting up Saber Dice to launch in August, or launch, I think, the last week of July, the first week of August. And then we had Starfinder Week and Gen Con at the exact same time. Oh, I wanted to die, guys. It was awful. But looking back, I'm so glad that I did it because Saber Dice has been tremendous. It has been so much fun to do. It's helped gain exposure for the channel It's been just fun gaming with a bunch of people that are really into it also. And we've worked with some amazing companies on that have been great. And then, of course, I have to give, I know I talk a lot about Miniature Market here, guys. They've been a big sponsor for the channel. But I do want to say thank you to Miniature Market because of Miniature Market sponsorship, I was able to do Starfinder Week. I was able to pick up a teleprompter and extra lighting and new sound equipment and hire an editor and do all those things. And just without their support, I wouldn't have been able to do those things. And the patrons have been a big part of the channel too. And I do want to talk to you guys directly here in just a moment because there's some cool things coming up for that. But, you know, in addition to the patrons, you know, Miniature Market, when I first approached them, you know, I was at 6,000, 7,000 subscribers, not really a big force here on YouTube in this niche. And they took a really big shot on me. I didn't even know that I could do the content for them that they would like. And the best part about the whole thing was that they were a company that I legitimately enjoyed and that I legitimately used. And it was such a perfect marriage that for me, if it hadn't worked out, I would have just been totally bummed out because they were by far and away really the only choice that I had in mind for working with because, again, they're a product that I believed in. So Miniature Market, you guys over there, thank you for taking a shot on me. I really appreciate that. That was really cool. And, you know, and then we went to Gen Con. And Gen Con was crazy. Gen Con was insane. There's stories there that will die with me. That was a lot of fun. And, you know, hanging out with Bill Allen, I met a really great friend now that I'd like to consider a friend, Mike Hunt with Unmade Gaming. Mike, dude, it was just a blast. I can't wait to hang out with you again at some of those conventions up in the East this year. And, yeah, dude, it was so much fun. Just had a blast hanging out with you. We hung out. I had beers with Van Norman. I had a beer with Mike Merles, which was crazy. It was just a wild experience. I spent a lot of time with Dave with Nerdarchy and his boy and Doug. Those guys were a lot of fun. And so if you guys have never been to Gen Con, I highly recommend it. And I'll talk about conventions here in just a moment because there's a lot of conventions on the schedule. So if you guys want to meet up with me and do some of those things, there's going to be a lot of things going on in 2018. So to kind of wrap up 2017, there was a lot of highs, there was a lot of lows, there was a lot of hard work, a lot of people to thank. Man, a lot of people to thank. The patrons, you guys have been such a rock for just the small expenditures of the channel and helping me do more and upgrade equipment, pick up a $300 microphone that I would have never been able to do without you guys, to upgrade art and to do all this lighting and to set up a green screen when my content needed it desperately, I think. You guys have been such a monumental portion of the channel, and I hope that you guys are enjoying the kind of revamp we've had here in the last few months of getting more stuff, and I want to do more stuff for you guys, which is what I want to talk about right now, because I'm really, really happy with what we are giving for the patrons right now. And in addition to that, I have more and more stuff planned that we want to do for 2018. So we have a team that we're putting together right now. And this is kind of related, kind of isn't related, where I get a lot of people asking, hey, I want to volunteer. Hey, do you need help with art? Do you need help with writing? Do you want to do more modules and publishing? Hey, do you need a website? And the answer is yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, help with anything is always appreciated. And so if you guys have not joined the Taking 20 Discord channel, that's a big community there. It's like 350, 400 members, something like that by now. And we've kind of created a separate offset of just the team members that want to do and volunteer, help stuff out. So you guys can check all that stuff out below. There are some incredible things coming up here for 2018. And this team is going to be a big part of it. One of the things I want to get a lot more involved in is publishing. And you guys know I put out a module, and that was kind of like a test run for me because I wanted to put something out that just wasn't good, but that was really, really great and polished. Something that if you're going to ask somebody to spend a few bucks on to go run an adventure and have a fun time, a fun evening with their friends, you want to make sure that what you're giving them is worth absolutely every penny and then some. And so that's what we want to do. And so we're going to be doing a new magazine where we're going to be doing some fun rollable tables. The community is going to be a big part of this. We're going to be releasing additional adventures through this. We're going to be doing a lot of additional tools, magic items, all kinds of stuff like that. And my goal is to make this free for everybody, whether or not you are a patron. Because the community is involved in this, I think that it's only right to make this free. So I know a lot of creators have kind of these paywalls for whatever content they're doing, whether they're doing magazines or podcasts or extra videos and stuff like that. What I want to do is I always want to make all the content available for free as possible. And then patrons are getting above and beyond additional things. And so this is going to be a big part of it. We're working on some app development, which I think will be fantastic. We're going to put together a website where hopefully a lot of people can just go and grab character sheets and stuff like that. We'll have additional guest articles and stuff like that on there. So it'll be an additional tool for you guys, which is always nice, right? Always nice, extra stuff. Whenever I don't have time to put a video up, maybe there's some extra content available for you guys to consume. And so we're going to be doing a lot through there as well. And the great goal of this is we're going to be able to take people that want to participate in just an article here, a rollable table there, or a magic item or a new creature here and there in the magazine, and we're going to be able to take that, and those people that want to continue to do more things and actually be paid publishers will be able to kind of say, okay, hey, did you like this? How good are you? Great. And those people will be able to transition on to even bigger projects, which I think will be a lot of fun and something that I'm looking forward to. Even if you are interested in writing an adventure for Paizo or Wizards of the Coast, you need a portfolio. You've got to have something that they can look back on and you can say, I did this, this was my work. And so this is going to be a great path for people that are really interested in growing themselves in the RPG professional community. And this will be basically a jump start for you guys. You can come in, you can do guest articles for the magazine, and you can continue to move on, and eventually we can do full published adventures that you're writing. And this is something that you guys can take anywhere you go as you continue on to pursue any potential careers that you want. I released a module because I just think it's cool. I spent $115 doing it, between paying my buddy and my friend to help write it, and paying for art and paying those guys, and I think I made $80 back on it. So there's not a lot of money in it, but it is something to consider if you guys are interested in actually writing modules just because you think it's cool or you have a really great story to tell. So that's something I'm really excited about for 2018 that we're going to be transitioning and spending some focus on. Another thing is, obviously, I want to talk about content, more content here on the channel. So, I'm at a point now where I'm releasing about a video and a half every 3 or 4 weeks. Well, that's not what I meant. I'm releasing a video a week, and about every 3 or 4 weeks, I'm releasing an extra bonus video is really what I meant. About 4 or 5 videos a month or so. And then, of course, I have big projects that I like to do where I may take a time off before or after, like Starfinder Week, where, again, we did 14 videos in 7 days. So the content's kind of, I've done a lot of content, but it's a little uneven, and I'd like to really tighten that up a little bit for you guys coming this year. And again, Patreon's a big part of that. I think eventually one day I would like to consider doing this full time. It's not something that's feasible right now. And if you guys want to help make that a reality and you want to get your additional bonuses and rewards and extra content that we're creating just for patrons, then you guys can go to welcomeadventures.com, which I think is incredibly clever. Thank you, Taking 20 Community, for coming up with that idea. Welcomeadventures.com, and you guys can support there. That is a way that you can help me and my wife get me to a point where I can spend more time publishing and spend more time making awesome videos. I think one thing that has been a big impact this year has been a transition of content for me. So, and I want to continue that moving forward. At the end of the year, we just started a new series called Kill Your Party With, and that has been a incredible hit. I can tell just from the analytics on the back end of how much you guys are commenting and liking the videos. I'm reading your comments and how much you guys are enjoying that series, and that is something that is here to stay. There's going to be more monster videos in the future here in 2018. And we may even take some more of these high-polished, time-consuming videos and transition them over to building classes and helping give tools for players more. I think we've been really DM-centric, so helping create more videos and content for players to help improve their game, help improve their role play. That's stuff that I want to do a lot more of here. I love the Call for Aid series. We're going to take a lot of the Call for Aid stuff that I'm getting is good questions, but there's stuff that I'm getting asked a lot. And it's also stuff that maybe is not really great for a whole Call for Aid video. And I just don't have time to answer all these little individual questions. And for that, I'm really sorry. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to take some of the smaller Call for Aid questions that I get and put them in this magazine that we're going to do. And I'm using magazine as a loose term. We're going to look at maybe 4 to 5 pages a month of just different articles that you guys can use. So I'd like to transition some of that over there as well, which will, I think, help answer a lot more questions and in a public manner, so that if a lot of people are seeing, hey, yes, the question that I have on my mind, this other person has the same question or problem or something close enough. So I think that will be a net positive for the community here. I'm really hoping you guys will dig that as well. And then, of course, let's talk conventions, because one thing I want to do this year, more than anything, is I want to go to as many conventions as I can squeeze in. So right now, we have a few conventions that are absolutely going to happen. And then in addition to that, I have a few that I'm looking at and debating and weighing on, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe all of them. I don't know. So the first one right off the bat is in January, right around the corner. We're going to be doing PAX South. I'm going to be going down there. I know for a fact WebDM is going to be there. We wanted to do kind of like a dual hangout at a bar, a dual meetup at a bar where, you know, fans of mine and WebDMs, we could all just hang out together at a bar. I don't know that that's going to be possible. Again, follow us on social media. My Twitter is @takingd20, @takingd20, and then WebDM Show is WebDM's Twitter. So I'm sure those guys are doing their own thing. They'll announce it there as well if they're going to do a meetup. So I will be at PAX South. I'm not going to be presenting or doing any panels at PAX South. I'm going to be taking the family because I'm in Texas, so it's just a drive. It's a 3-4 hour drive for me. Not a big deal. And so moving after that, I'm not going to be doing PAX East in March. It's just not possible for me to go to Boston this year. But the next convention I'm looking at is going to be, and this is a kind of a maybe, and that's PaizoCon up in Seattle. So I may go to PaizoCon. I've actually reached out to Paizo to see if there's any interest in maybe having me out there. And we'll kind of see if they come back and say, yeah, hey, we'd love to have you. Maybe I'll end up going to that in May. Now, in June, there's a lot going on in June, and probably more than I'll be able to do. So, one, my father-in-law wants to do a big family cruise that he's going to pay for, and we'll go do that sometime. But beyond that, there's 3 different conventions that I'm interested in. The first is one that's not really a tabletop convention. It is an anime convention called A-Con, which is right here in Fort Worth. So, I may slide out there for Saturday on that. So if you're here in Texas, or you're here in the Metroplex, or you're in Arkansas or anywhere close, that may be an option. I may be out there for a day. I'm looking right now at maybe doing a panel, but that's not really a big convention. I'm not going to spend a lot of time there. But beyond that, you also have Origins in Columbus, which I'm looking at. And then another convention I'm looking at is I'm actually looking at maybe going to VidCon out in Anaheim to go maybe just do go watch some panels and learn from some people out there. So those are all possibilities for June. There's a lot going on in June. After that, I think the next thing up on the agenda is Gen Con in August. So Gen Con in August, I'm 100% absolutely, yes, I will be there. I would like to do a panel. I'm probably going to submit some events. So I'd like to do a panel there. We might do a Saber Dice live game there. There's a lot going on for Gen Con. I will be there 100%. Yes, I will be at Gen Con in August. So if you want to find me, you want to meet me at a convention, that will be probably your best, safest option. I will 100% be there. And I'd like to do a panel if possible. And then after that, it kind of all comes really quickly here between PAX West, which is again in Seattle, and then PAX Unplugged, which is in Philadelphia. So I think I'm 100% going to do PAX Unplugged because that's all tabletop gaming. I think I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that one. PAX West, I'm really considering going right now. I think I would like to make a trip to Seattle, either with PaizoCon in May or with PAX West in September. So more likely than not, I will be doing one of those 2 trips. So those are that's kind of my agenda right now. That's what's going on. If you guys want to see me or meet me somewhere or come hang out, there are a bunch of amazing creators that have been incredibly supportive of me and that I've developed some relationships with. So I am sure that you guys will see a lot more of those guys on the channel coming up this year. There may be events at conventions that I'm doing with those guys. And yeah, so before I get out of here, guys, I want to give a big thank you to the patrons. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for supporting me. I'm never going to be able to do more content. I'm never going to be able to hire a full-time editor without you guys. I'm never going to be able to grow the channel more and faster and do more things, because I know a lot of shows out there are fantastic, but I am a one-man show. That's it. So, you know, Nerdarchy is amazing. They have an amazing team together. WebDM is a whole huge team. Will with Encounter Roleplay has a huge team. Andrew is at a point now with Don Forge where he can hire a team out. And right now, I'm a one-man show, and I'm getting some help from Carla on the side doing some social media stuff. And so in order for me to take my time off of a lot of those little small things that I have to do, and maybe eventually move on from my job, which admittedly is a great job, but, you know, I'd love to do this full-time for a living. I'll never be able to do that without your support, and for that, I am eternally grateful. I think last week I said eternally, whatever. Guys, thank you. Happy New Year. Go have a great time. I cannot wait to see what 2018 holds. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I'm incredibly excited about the future, guys. So, as always, my name is Cody, and may your games be filled with awesome memories and even better friends. I'll catch you guys next year. Take care.
Yeah.